What ho, UK investigators? Are you busy getting stuck into your brand new Scarlet Keys campaign? Oh, no doubt you are engrossed in reading Secrets in Scarlet then. Well, if you are stuck for something to do, then consider popping along to Dragonmeet on Saturday the 3rd of December 2022 in London. Dragonmeet is a one-day tabletop gaming convention held at the Novotel Hotel in Hammersmith, with gaming from 9 AM and the trade hall open from 10 till 6 PM. It's been going for literally decades, and so have we. It has the usual traders, demos, guests and gaming, which you can find out about on their website, along with maps and floor plans, which you can click on to make bigger. They also have a Facebook page and something called a Discord server, which we are clearly too old to know anything about. You can check out our previous videos all about the convention, including a full walking guide from the nearest tube and bus stations, as well as Lita's recommendations for the latest Korean barbecue. But let's cut to the chase and tell you all about the tentacly goodness. On the main page, click on Gaming on the menu bar at the top. Scroll down and you will see the Arkham Horror card game events have pride of place. There are 2 games. In the morning will be the Blob That Ate Everything, and in the afternoon from 2:30 PM to 5:30 PM is War of the Outer Gods. So if you wanted to play both, there is plenty of time for a lunch break and to wander around the trade hall. Both games can cater for up to 24 players each, making this a really memorable experience. And if you have never played EPIC Multiplayer or even regular multiplayer, consider coming along and giving it a go. Arkham is a very different beast when not played solo. You will need to have a working deck before the event and be familiar enough with the rules to play with other people. So if you are thinking of dragging along a friend for their first game, definitely play through the Night of the Zealot at home beforehand. You will need a ticket to the convention first of all, so click on the first green hyperlink which takes you to the Ticket Tailor website. On the right hand side, click on the Buy Tickets for Dragonmeet button. You will need 1 general admission ticket per person, and you can book multiple at once. Children from 11 to 16 are discounted if accompanied by an adult, and children aged 10 and under are allowed into the convention for free if accompanied by an adult. If you have a group of 5, you can get a special discounted rate. Once you have your entry to the convention sorted out, scroll down to the morning games and you will see Arkham Horror: The Blob That Ate Everything. You can purchase multiple tickets here too. In the afternoon games section are the tickets for War of the Outer Gods. So use the drop down if you want to book. Right down at the bottom, click Next and it will present you with a summary of your choices as well as a transaction fee. Here you need to fill in your personal info. Then it is on to the payment, and they take PayPal and major credit or debit cards. If you have any questions beyond this point, you'd best contact Dragonmeet. Do note that as per the website, online sales will cease on Wednesday the 30th of November at midnight, and then tickets will be available on the day from the front desk. You have been warned. Once you've got your tickets all sorted, there is one more vital step. Navigate back to the gaming page and at the bottom click on the link, and that takes you through the looking glass to this magic Google form here. This is what makes this event really special, as just like a dating agency, a team of professionals will expertly match your deck up with 3 other compatible decks to play with on the day. So pop your nom de plume and correct email in here. If you click yes to contact, once you have been allocated a table, your email is shared with your fellow group mates so you can better coordinate what investigators you want to play, what difficulty you like, who needs to bring what tokens, and so on. If you click no, then it will be a total mystery on the day who you are playing with, and you won't have a chance to tell them you put on funny voices for all your allies. Consider creating a disposable email address if you want to keep things separate. Page 2 is for the Blob That Ate Everything, so skip this if you are just playing in the afternoon. It will ask you if you have played the scenario before. This helps avoid 4 noobs being put together and feeling a bit lost. Next, it wants to know who you would like to play with, so if you are travelling to the event with your friends and want to be on the same table, this is the way to do it. Here is the space for what role you would be prepared to play in your group. Just like a D&D party, having a well-balanced group means you will be more productive and hopefully more successful in the scenario. The official Drawn to the Flame definitions are: Fighter, you want to deal with enemies and deal out damage. Cluer, you want to focus on getting clues and making progress for the team. Spellcaster, you are probably a mystic and you'll use your willpower to turn your hand to damage your clues. Evader, you will be able to keep enemies locked down, maybe damage them without combat, but certainly you'll grin when there are enemies to be handled. Flex, stroke toolbox, stroke other. You might want to be able to do a little bit of everything, or have a suite of tricks and tools that mean you can turn your hand to specific challenges, or you're looking to play an explicitly supportive character, increasing everyone's chances at passing tests or keeping the whole party alive and furnished with cards and resources. Then it asks if you have a copy of the scenario or a chaos bag you can bring for your table, one you don't mind everyone else touching, obviously. And finally, there is a space to add any information, like if this is your first event, or if you want to play on hard mode, or are playing in another game that may overrun, or whatever you like. Remember, at the top of the first page, there is an email address where you can ask questions before, during, or after filling out your form. There is also a contact form for Dragonmeet under the Contact tab of the main menu if you have any questions about accessibility of the venue or anything else you would like to know to feel more comfortable attending. The next page is for War of the Outer Gods and asks you the same questions. Please make sure you fill out both pages if you are attending both games, or the correct page if only attending one game. The fourth and final page is for you to submit your form, and note, you can clear your form and start again at any time. If you forget something or realise you've made a mistake, again, just send an email to get it sorted out. So what else is going on at Dragonmeet for you to check out, or for your poor friend or spouse who you conned into giving a lift to the event in the hopes they might get Ian Livingstone's autograph? Well, there are 3 rooms running talks and seminars all day. And here are some that leapt out at us. There is a Mega Games panel explaining this massively multiplayer offline gaming experience. We love Mega Gaming, and if you were one of our patrons, you would know we have a secret playlist all about them. Later on, Games Workshop will be telling you all about their plans for Warhammer 40k in 2023, including social changes. You too can watch the internet burn when they finally announce female Space Marines. Speaking of 40k, Cubicle 7 will be having a Q&A about all their upcoming games, so make sure you ask all about Imperium Maledictum, where they cannibalise the excellent Fantasy Flight Games D100 40k RPGs after buying the license from GW. And if you are old enough to remember that, then you might remember the Lone Wolf gamebooks, Magna Chi? Which are getting some new editions, the details of which should be revealed in the next seminar. Review copies? Yes please. But there isn't just one day's worth of seminars, as over in Room 2 there are even more. There is now a Rivers of London RPG published by Chaosium, and you can get all the launch deets at 1 PM. Which is just after Modiphius announced this year's 850 licenses they have acquired, including products for Dune, Star Trek, Homeworld, Elder Scrolls, Fallout, and a Cthulhu game set in Roman times. And if that isn't enough, there is a third room of all-day jibber-jabber. Look, you can read all this stuff yourself on the website. This campaign's getting cold. There is also a podcast zone where you can meet up with the UK's top RPG podcasters. And there are links to all their shows that you can click on so you have ample time to become a fan of someone new. Plus, a huge amount of traders this year. Possibly more than we have ever seen, which is great for doing your Christmas shopping. Assuming you can get time away from your seminars, or the blob doesn't devour your spending money. Our friends Free League will be there again. Check out our Twilight 2000 and illustrated Lovecraft videos. If you are thinking this sounds like an expensive trip, then don't forget about the Bring and Buy, where you can bring your old games and sell them for cash. To spend on new games, obviously. Doesn't everyone have an FFG classic that was so good it never made it out of the shrink wrap? There is a PDF with illustrated instructions on how you register your games via the Mucky Pup Creations website before the event, so you can just drop them off any time from 8:30 AM on the day. That's your lot. These red-clad miscreants aren't going to thwart themselves, you know. Do keep checking back on the Dragonmeet website in case any more events are revealed. And feel free to persuade us to bring our copies of these lovely games to Dragonmeet in the comments below.